Hello and welcome back to Songs of Six. This will be something completely different. As you can see in the upper right hand corner, we are playing on version 67. I've not played this before, so I'm as much new to this as you are. So brace yourselves. There's a lot of different things in this version that I'm not used to. I'll give you a short explanation of this playthrough and I'll give you a bigger one, more in-depth one later on. This will be something different. This is my version of a community game, so I want to interact a bit more with you guys. What I'm doing in this playthrough is basically 3 phases. I will upload this video. You will see me build a perfect society. I even call it Garden of Eden. It's multicultural, people are happy. There are not a lot of them, but all the basic robust services are there and the settlement is up and running. That's what you're going to see in this episode. Then phase 1 starts. You guys get to make policy proposals, however we want to call it. You can go down to the comments and you can propose something I have to set in motion the next episode. If it's possible in the game, I will in good faith try to do exactly what you're telling me. So this can range from we need more people, let in everyone, to why Cretonians, enslave all of them, to declare war on those guys. The possibilities, whatever you can come up with, I will try to do it. That's phase 1. You guys make proposals in the comments. You can vote on each other's proposals, upvotes, downvotes, however you want. I will pick the 5 top voted ones, and in phase 2 I will make a poll in YouTube under the community tab, and you get to vote on those 5 proposals. Why 5? 5 is the maximum number I can ask in a poll. That will run for about 3 days, and then phase 3 I will take the policy you guys voted for, record an episode, and I will try to, as best as I can, implement it. If it kills me, I think that would be pretty funny. If it makes me thrive, I don't know. Mostly I'm thinking about I'm going to struggle, and it will be a bit more fun because you are the ones who made me struggle. So that's the basic setup. I will upload this episode. You guys have about 3 to 4 days to make proposals. After that, there's a 3-day window where you can vote on it. And then I will record the next episode, and that will come out in just about 2 weeks. This is very experimental for me, so let's see how it goes. And enough talking, let's jump right into our version 67 playthrough. I'm keeping everything on the basic settings. Normal difficulty, no additional things, and we need to pick a race. I think for this playthrough I will pick the Dondorians. The primary race only matters insofar that we have one primary race and the other races don't like to be the minority. But I'll talk you through what's going on in a moment. We have Dondorians. They are good crafters, so we are taking the artisan. Let's just pick the great. We are a builder. Why not? We are merciful, and yeah, some knowledge in the beginning is never wrong. And we have more people now, but that just speeds it up a bit. So what we can do now is I've decided that this spot is looking rather nice. We have some mountains, we have lots of forest, and we have fresh water and lots of fertility. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to edit this into cold. So now we have cold climate over here. If we mouse over, this is now in cold climate. which means our herb farms, our mushroom farms are boosted, and the hunters are boosted, the ox pastures are boosted. Health is going up, so people are healthier. I guess less bacteria can survive in the cold, I don't know. And what we're going to do now is, since this will be our cold little Garden of Eden, we're going to place some minerals. And we want 2 spots of coal, we want 2 spots of ore. Gems we have nearby, we will want some stone and some clay. This is looking like a perfect little spot. What I'm then doing is I'm saying thank you, and this is the place we are going to live in. 102 fertility, it is our little Garden of Eden. This is looking fine. 3 lands next to us, 1 city over here. They are all looking okay. No gigantic realms yet nearby. There is a big one over here, but I don't know how version 67 is changing things. If you want the seed, this is the seed. And I'm jumping in. Okay, I think this is the map I will decide on. We have a connection to the south, we have a connection to the west. There is a nice ore deposit in here, pretty big, and fertile is the wrong word, I don't know. You know what I mean. And a coal deposit also. There's also some cephalon, which is looking terrible, we can ignore that. So it's a nice and defensible position. Enemies will come from here or to the south, so I will plop down my original building right here. And now I'll do a little time lapse of the beginning where I'm placing down a warehouse and all the necessities that we need. Before I do that, oh, the UI has changed dramatically. Here's my status. There's raiders. Okay, that's new to me. We'll talk about that later, once I discover it. The one thing I need to do is I want to rename my city. This is now the Garden of Eden. And let's construct a city worthy of the Garden of Eden. think we have somewhat successfully managed to get around the early game. I used my beginning livestock to get an ox pasture, just a small one for a tickle of food. We are producing our own grain and we have a bakery. I'm in the process of constructing a gigantic mushroom farm, and what's new in this version is that this needs maintenance, which is pretty interesting to me. So the mushroom farm, if I build it here, needs maintenance. Quite a lot actually. But on the other hand, if we would build a poultry crawler breeder, no maintenance at all, just a construction cost. So, don't know if that's an oversight or if it's intended that way. We are also producing furniture, tons of it actually. For now we have not a lot of maintenance to be done. And I've also accepted into the Garden of Eden the Cretonians. All races are welcome in here for now. We are also soon going to let in some humans who will do our science work. I'm also constructing a hunter because I'm running out of food. And that's a problem. My people do want to eat. The fishery is producing a very small amount of fish, and I don't know if it's intended that way, but it doesn't seem like the old system of having fish deposits is gone. We'll find out about that. That's just one of the many things that are new in this version. I also saw on the world map that mercenaries are insanely expensive now. 1.27 million, 844,000 for those two guys. So mercenaries are probably out of the question. But this episode is all about creating our little village, our Garden of Eden, and then unleashing you guys on it. You are the community council. The way I'm setting up a few districts for the races is by assigning these homes only to Cretonians and all the other homes only to Dondorians. So my Dondorians get to live in the mountains where they're happy, and the Cretonians get to live outside in their wooden shacks where they are happy. For now they don't have access to a lot of stuff. My Dondorians also, they only have access to a few necessities. We can even give them some furniture, why not? We're producing enough of it. Okay, apparently there's events now other than the serial killer. I'm intrigued. A wagon with a huge keg of beaver entered your village. According to the sorry lot driving it, they escaped an ambush on the caravan. The keg is riddled with arrows and slowly leaking its contents, so they offer to share it if they can stay the night. We let them in and it makes our people happy. But, okay, your subjects and any friends quickly manage to drink the whole keg, leading to a night of revelry. Alcohol is pretty rare in smaller villages and few abstained. The next morning the drivers went back on the road to search for other survivors of the attack. 6 of your villagers joined them, driven by a thirst for adventure. Okay, we lost 6 people. Or they just left for a bit? We'll find out, I guess. Okay, we're up to 75 population and the 2 raiders are at large. We have a Razor Tooth Natha with 6 people under her belt. No equipment, no training. Crazy. And we have Gloywir the Defiler with 28 people who have some training and some equipment, so that's a bit more concerning. They are contemplating their next raid on us. If I look down the list, I have no idea what we have to do to get to those guys. But look at Penny Söze, with an army of 60,000. That's insane. Most of them Tilapi, and most of them 100% trained Tilapi archers. There is a 100% melee training, fully equipped 150 Argonaut stack. I have no clue how it should be possible to defeat one of those guys. That's by far the most insane army I've seen. And the one above, Rundir the Kid, well, that's the second craziest army I've ever seen. 150, 300, 450 cantors. This division has 100% melee training, 88% experience. I mean, what the ever-loving, you know what. That's just... yeah, okay, I guess those guys are tons of Amoebius with insane training. So whenever one of those guys comes over to us, we're just going to bend over and say, okay, do what you want, because there's no way in hell we can defeat any of those. My city is growing, we have a few humans now, and we're building a rather large lab. We have started to construct a few roads. Our Cretonians down here get the cobblestone roads, which they love, and my Dondorians and humans get the paved road they crave so badly. I will also invest in some military training grounds. I'm building a little religion district. We currently only servicing 2 religions. We have a shrine to Aethery, who is, I think, the largest religion we have. Yes, most of our guys are following that, and all of our Bretonians are following Crater. So we built them a little shrine as well. Our city is slowly but surely expanding. We have a coal mine, we have a ore mine, and we're producing our own metal, which in turn we will soon use to build our first masonry to produce cut stone. The good thing about our Dondorians is that they are pretty good at all things crafting. So things are moving smoothly and we can soon start to produce our own weapons, I think. A few more scientists can be employed as well. We're still constructing our mushroom farm. Intrigued about how this is going to work. And the maintenance is actually going down, which I don't... No, that's just the stored resources. Okay, I get it. Interesting. I thought the new maintenance system would be a bit too harsh, but I think it's actually, as far as I can tell from quickly looking at my clock, 1 hour and 30 minutes of gameplay, I think it's pretty balanced. But we'll see about that. So for now, we are progressing slowly but surely. Okay, after this very speedy first episode, I'm giving you one final look at our Garden of Eden before I unleash you guys on it. So we are up to 170 roundabout population. We have all the basic services we need: hearths, wells, speakers, stages, a market, a food stall, some religion and some burials. We have basically 3 little districts. Over here is where our Cretonians live, right next to the farms. We have 2 grain farms, producing more grain than we can use. We have a fruit orchard who is just this year up and running, producing 1000 fruit every year. Our hunter and the second janitor over here. This is our little science district where our humans live, where we have a laboratory. Down here in the mountain is our main manufacturing hub, and most of our Cretonians are living here. There's a giant mushroom farm producing enough food for us, and we have some production chains set up. There's a coal mine, an ore mine, we are smelting metal, then we are forging some tools. Our metal smelters, our Miffy and our science lab, they are all equipped with tools, so they are much more efficient at production. We are also producing more cutstone than we can actually use. That's a very rare problem to have. So food-wise we are doing great. We are producing more than double the amount of food that we need. As you can see, we are producing almost all commodities we need at the moment. And our city is pretty stable. We have an army of 30 Dondorians who are about 20% melee trained. So the next thing I would probably do is set up a weapons production. But I think we are at the size where a little political community is forming within our settlement, and that political community is roleplayed by you guys. So I will hand this off, and as I explained in the beginning of the settlement, now begins phase 1. You guys, after watching this episode and seeing this village, I gave you a little tour. You now decide how to proceed in the future. You can make comments, give me suggestions and rate each other's comments, and the most voted comments I will place up for a poll. To give you a more informed decision, I will also say that we have 1800 technology in the bank. We have unlocked the basic production buildings, some services, and not much else, really. And the global situation is looking pretty stable. We have a very large realm over here, one larger realm over here. Our neighbor Quarensky is friendly with us. We actually are colleagues. They are the only trade partner we have for the moment. And next to us is Vandor, a free land. So no one has claimed this yet. Rebels basically. With a connection to 2 more nations. So on the world map, our neighbor Kerensky loves us 520%. I don't know what this is. Opinion? Sorry, 520% opinion, so they love us. That's the global situation, and the situation in here you saw develop over the time lapse. And this is what this is my baby that I'm leaving to you. And you now can decide what to do with the city. Phase 1 will run for about 2 to 3 days. Probably more like 3 days. And then I'll let you vote. That's phase 2. And the next episode will probably come out in 2 weeks. And then I will try to set the things in motion that you bestow upon the city. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this format. This is a very experimental thing. If this flops completely, I'm fine with it. If it has a small following, that would be nice. It's all about interacting a bit more with you guys. So thank you for watching and give me some suggestions on what to do with this city. Goodbye.